Welcome to a new episode of the Baydoun Hack, and I have another special guest with me today. Kasia Vorin. Did I spell it right?
Kasia Vorinen,
Vorinen.
Queen of Supercars.
Kasia, they call you the Queen of Supercars for a reason.
Absolutely.
Can you tell the audience why you are called the Queen of Supercars?
Okay, so I feel like a queen. I carry myself like a queen. I'm a mom, I'm a businesswoman, and I really think that I'm the best wife. So this is one part. And I am very passionate about supercars and hypercars. And this passion started a long time ago. I can't even tell you when did it start, because I feel that it was just like since forever. So yeah, together it's Queen of Supercars.
When was the first time you were called the Queen of Supercars, or did you call yourself Queen of Supercars?
I called myself Queen of Supercars. I came up with this as like a really good and interesting marketing strategy. And I decided to change all my social media into Queen of Supercars. It's been a while now, maybe 4 years. Before I was called Kasia Reviews, my name, and I was crazy into car reviews. I still am, but I was thinking about something that will stay in people's head forever. So I thought Queen of Supercars is definitely me.
Very interesting. I'm going to ask you a question. Supercars Blondie. She's pretty famous. And let's be honest,
Very famous.
you guys are within the same,
Yes.
let's say, industry field.
We are.
What differentiates you from her and her from you?
You know, I really look up to Supercar Blondie. She definitely was the first, most powerful female in the field. Definitely not the last, you know. But I never see people like that as any competition. You know, if you are competing with people, you are definitely doing something wrong. It's a wrong attitude in life. You should watch others, especially those who are really high, and learn from them.
What did you learn from the Supercars Blondie?
Consistency, because in social media you have to be very consistent to get, you know, where you want. She is consistently doing same content, and she stayed within the niche, and this is why it's really highly watched profile.
In social media, there are multiple points of view regarding the type of content. Some people would tell you know what, pick up one topic and just focus on it. You have your own niche. Some people, they say, you know what, you need to diversify, because people need to understand the persona behind, let's say, if you are supercars expert, what's your personal life, your marriage life, your relationship with your beautiful daughter. So you believe which direction works best in social media? Just focus on your niche, or let people understand your full persona?
I would suggest to focus on the niche, but you can add some colors to it. So I always suggest to stay on the same straight line if you want to get, you know, till the end line. But you can add things to it. So, you know, you can throw a little bit of fashion, little bit of real estate, you know, but stay focused on the same niche. So in my case, supercars, but of course I added fashion, I added real estate that we are going to discuss
Exactly.
soon, and so on. You know, you don't have to completely close yourself in the one topic only, but you have to understand your audience, and there is a reason that they are coming back to your channel. And in my case, it's fashion connected with supercars, Queen of Supercars.
Cool. What makes a car a supercar?
That's a very good question. I will maybe take it from more like a personal point of view. For me, supercar have to have very interesting and unique look. You have to have the feeling, you know. When I'm in supercar, I have this I can't explain. I feel almost like uncomfortable and anxious, and because I love to have this adrenaline, and you have to have feeling that you don't have in any other ordinary car. You know, it's not only about horsepower and speed, it's about how the car is behaving, it's about the performance, and you know, like many other things, it have to be unique. It can be something that you see every day, everywhere. I mean, in Dubai, you see supercars on every corner.
True.
But supercar, for me, means something different, something unique and more rare than any other car.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, you do provide a service by which you help people to pick up their own supercars. Is this true?
That's correct. It's something called personal supercar shopper.
In the process, what's the major challenges that you face when you get someone that doesn't know anything about supercars, or maybe he has a limited knowledge in supercars, and you take him through the shopping journey by which he identify the supercar that fits him the best or fits her the best?
Yeah, so for all my clients, I always make sure that I give them like a top-notch experience. Usually they do know what they want. It's quite rare that someone doesn't know anything about supercars and they want it. If that's the case, it's actually even easier because they will go by the color, or they will say, I want red with tan interior, and then nothing else matters. So it's easier probably to find that, or it's easier to convince them, for example, okay, look, you want this and this color of interior, I can't find it, but it's easier to change your exterior color and stay within the interior color that you want. So these are not the challenging things. The biggest challenge is to finalize the deal. There is, of course, a bunch of cars that I don't have, like we don't own them or don't have them in the showroom. We have to source them. We have to often travel to close the deals. It's not always going as smooth, but the end, the final is always very rewarding.
Interesting. Let's say, what were the experiences in which your clients, they wanted a certain supercar and they got it, and once they got it, they got disappointed? Did this happen?
It's not very common. Again, it's like a 1%, kind of business. Like usually before we are looking for the car, we really know what we want. But yes, things like some technical things can happen. There is maybe something that it's not working exactly like it was promised, but we always offer like a full pre-inspection. We have team of people doing everything. We offer like a full history service. If there was any, God forbid, accidents, we always try to find everything before we are ready to offer car to our clients. So we give them like a full report. They really know what they are buying, so there should not be surprises. If they are not happy, at least we show them everything before that.
What's the most expensive supercar that you either bought or sold?
I think it was something maybe around 4 million euros.
Okay. What was the car?
I cannot disclose the name of the car.
No,
okay. We are selling, it was Ferrari.
Okay.
And it was a hypercar. So, I mean, it's quite easy to know. But we often have cars that we cannot disclose who was the buyer, who was the seller, and even the car model. Because if I told you exactly the car model, it's like 1 of 1 or 1 of 3. Oof. So I would be getting close to getting in trouble. This is how serious it is.
Wow.
It's a really off-market business.
I didn't know that there are cars in the world that are 1 to 1 or 1 to 3.
Yes. There are cars like that.
Okay. And they are 1 to 1 or 1 to 3 originally from the factory, or they get modified?
Yes.
Oh.
It's like really 1 of only in the whole world, 1 of 10, 1 of 7. Yeah.
And like, I don't think that's a common knowledge, right? Because it's the first time I know this.
I guess it's not. I mean, it would be probably if you are in my field.
Yeah.
But then again, you could probably tell me things about real estate and I'd be like, really? How is that possible? So yeah, it's a very sensitive business because no one wants to have something that everyone have seen or, everyone took photos of or posted on social media or any like a selling platforms. It's just the ego thing,
Percentage of man versus woman when it comes to your clients, your supercar buyers. How is that subdivided?
I can say 100% men, but it's a very high percentage of male. It's still, like it's a man's world, especially when it comes to cars. But I had females as well. I even had one funny story that my one of my previous cars, Lamborghini Huracan, the one that I sold when I got pregnant, even up until I was like 5 months pregnant, I was still trying to fit in the car and drive. But then my husband said, listen, no, like game
It's too
over.
dangerous.
Let's get you Rolls Royce, you know, you need comfort, you will not, you know, sit on the ground, you are carrying my daughter. I mean, these were not exact the words, but he just wanted me to be comfortable and not go too crazy with driving. But anyway, to get to the story, the car was sold, and then someone messaged me on Instagram. I saw in my like a waiting messages, hi, my name is, you know, whatever. It was a girl. I'm a big fan of yours, and guess what? I'm the one who bought your car.
Ooh,
So she saw the car is for sale. She went to the showroom and she got it. So it was quite amazing. So
interesting.
I felt good. I was like, yeah, it stayed in a good, you know,
In good hands.
good hands. And another lady,
Yeah.
hopefully taking good care of my little girl, you know. I treat my cars like my kids.
Nice, nice. When you look at a person, let's say you meet that person in a social dinner, could you tell if that person is a supercars person or no?
By looking at them,
Yeah?
could you tell by looking at someone that he's someone who is interested in properties?
Honestly, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, from the way he handles or she handles herself. And by the way, people will assume that more flashy people are gonna be more into investment of real estate. When I'm in an outing and I know that it's a high level outing, and I see that person that's underdressed, a bit slacky, I know that's could be the richest person in the room.
You know, this is the thing. Like, before you said something, I was thinking, like, yeah, I would probably check what someone is wearing, you know, what watch are they wearing, like the size of the ring, you know, these things can tell you something, but they can be also really not telling much. Because we had someone entering showroom with Apple Watch and flip-flops, and we were thinking, okay, it's like some tourist who came to take photos, you know, because that's very common in Dubai.
Yeah.
When you see like a guys wearing flip-flops, shorts, and you know, they just came from the beach, they're probably tourists, they came to take photos. And the guy bought one of the most expensive car in the showroom, you know.
Wow.
He closed the deal not the minute he entered, but you know, these things can happen. So you never know. You never judge the book by its cover.
100%.
I would probably need little more time with someone to understand, like, you know, just like pick their brain. And this is when I know what they are looking. Is it real estate, cars, or maybe both, ideally?
Your husband is also called the king of supercars.
Yes.
So who started this supercars kingdom first, you or him?
Me, the
You.
queen.
You already started with this.
Yes.
And then he came afterwards.
So we were already dating when I came up with the idea, and he was not so into it. He said, like, really? Are you sure? Like, you know,
Is it too much?
is it too much? What people are gonna think? Maybe like they will think we are crazy. Like are we gonna, you know, push some buttons with the royals in Dubai or in the world? Like there is real kings and queens. And I said, look, like let's do it. You know, it's for fun. The worst case of scenario, we go back to whatever names we were before. It was the best decision of our life.
No, it is. It is. Look, branding is very important. And
100%.
your name is the Queen of Supercars, and I'm known as the Doctor of Real Estate. And you know those tags, those names, same like in your case,
They always stay in your head, right?
100%.
Yes.
Even when I travel abroad, like I was in UK on a personal trip, and I've seen a guy shouting, Doctor of Real Estate, Doctor of Real Estate.
See?
And he came, said, I'm a big fan, I'm an engineering student, God bless you, please keep the good content. He took a selfie and he left. So it resonates in people's mind now. Even when I'm traveling abroad, people, they don't call me Dr. Baydoun, they call me the Doctor of Real Estate.
Exactly.
So you and your husband are partners in the business together, right?
Yes.
And now you entered the real estate side. Did you enter this together, or is just you're testing the waters before he joins you?
You know, we are doing a lot of things together. We are really good as a partners. We are very good friends, the best friends, and we have very successful marriage, like they say, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, God bless.
So we usually we just brainstorm. We are thinking like, what do you think about this? Like, how about doing, you know, X, Y, Z? it was quite of a mutual decision. We have a lot of friends in real estate who were, kind of maybe not convincing us, but they were saying, look, this is something you guys should explore. You already built amazing network of, fans and clients. Why not try? And you would agree with me that every supercar owner needs super villa, right?
We've done together a reel about this.
We did, exactly.
Correct.
So this is like how it started. Like the reel that we did together was like a first real estate thing that I did, and we brought this amazing car. We put it down in the parking.
Basement,
How
yeah.
many spaces? We had like 8
Yeah.
to 10 spaces. There was this like a spinning motor. The car was spinning. I was like, yeah, like that's me. And then I was feeling like I will get closer and closer to my own dream villa, because when you surround yourself with these amazing properties and, these like a really high-end buyers, you are getting closer to your own dream, right?
100%,
So I just
100%.
thought, like, why not give it a go?
What if you want now to send a message to your fans on social media, your clients, and you want to announce to them your entry to the real estate market? What would you tell them?
I would tell them, stay tuned. Something amazing is cooking. We have been really doing amazing real estate and supercar content. So yeah, just stay tuned and watch my channel.
Will you be selling real estate properties in general or super real estate properties?
I will focus on super real estate
I like to hear that.
properties. I would definitely focus on something rare, one of one. I mean, at the end of the day, most of high-end properties are one of ones. Like
True.
we are not talking about like bunch of little houses or townhouses, together. Have to be something unique with amazing view, the best location, and as luxurious as possible. And of course, with crazy underground garage, and ideally with the car lift. This is like my dream home. I always have this like a crazy feeling. And my main question when someone is saying, I have this 30, 50, whatever, 100 something million villa, I said, does it have a car lift? This is the main question. So yeah, I will focus on top of the top.
Interesting. God bless. Because I met your husband, and it's very obvious that you guys, you have amazing energy together, and you have a very successful marriage. So I'm interested to know how the Queen of Supercars met the King of Supercars.
That's something you will be, it's not gonna be shocking. You will be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So we met on a racetrack.
Uh-huh.
He came to one supercar event with his Lamborghini Gallardo, 2019. And I was very new in the supercar game.
Ooh.
I just moved to Dubai in 2018. I was just building my social media. I was just still deciding who I want to be, where I want to go with it. But I was everywhere, every car event, like name it. I was like all over the place. And I was invited by Lamborghini UAE, like a racing club, to come and try some cars. I think it was a still era of like a Huracan. It was still quite new. So there was a lot of like a test drives and stuff like that. Or maybe when the Evo came, I'm not sure right now. So anyway, I was there, he was there, and that's it, like he saw me, I saw him, like he was really interesting. I was single, he was single. He didn't dare to come and say hello. I think I'm very intimidating. Must be this like a Eastern European, I don't want to say any bad words. This like a look, like I'm gonna kill you. And I am like this, like, when I don't know you, I will have a little bit of a shield. You need to spend some time with me to like me. I often hear from people like, oh, you are very nice. I thought you are like, what I want to say.
Yeah, well,
the bad
clear.
word.
Yeah.
So he didn't dare that day. Then I left, he left, but I couldn't stop thinking about him. I was like,
Ooh.
the guy was really cute. And he told me exactly the same story. And because we were tagged in Lamborghini page and other supercar car club pages, I found him, he found me. I'm not gonna tell who sent the first message.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was like, look, why not? I think I liked his photo. He liked my photo, and I immediately messaged. I said, hi, I saw you today. I can't tell you like 100% what was the first, messaging. But yeah, and then 3 days later we went on a date, and that's it. Here we are. married with beautiful baby girl, and we are actually on the way to build something crazy. We already built it very big, like an empire, business wise and family wise.
Look, I've seen you and him how you act together, shooting together behind the scenes. I can read energy of people. God bless you both. Like I can feel
Thank
the
you.
chemistry is perfect between both of you.
Thank you so much.
You are very supportive for him, and he supports you a lot.
Yes, no matter what.
And I have to mention this on the camera. We postponed the shooting for 1 week because the King of Supercars need to have an urgent surgery. So on the same day, she sent me a message. We pushed everything because she
We were in
insisted
hospital.
she's never gonna leave her husband once he needs her, and that's a
I
sign.
was planning to leave him. It was really, we planned, like we said, look, should I cancel? He said, no, don't go. It's gonna be so fun. Because he really loves me talking, he thinks I'm like born to talk, to perform. Like, it's not everyone has it.
No.
You have it, I have it. But majority of people, when they see camera, they are like, they don't know how to behave. So he wanted me to do it, and I was dying to come, but the time, was ticking, and he was still there in recovery, and I said, I can't, like, I'm not gonna leave you, like, I couldn't leave him, like, forget that I need time to get ready, my hair, my blow dry, my makeup, but I just felt this is not right, and I wanted to go home and make his favorite food and just comfort him, and I knew that you will understand,
Of course. Priorities are very clear.
Yes.
What do you believe is the difference or the common between selling a supercar and a super real estate property?
Another good one. I can't say that one or another is easier. Of course, there is a big price difference. But again, I have been dealing with cars that are like 15 million, like I just said. So that could be close to real estate. I'm still quite new in the real estate game. So it's maybe difficult for me to say just yet. All I can say is that I really enjoy whether it's a supercar, hypercar, or amazing property. I'm enjoying, creating content and getting really creative, like, in terms of like how I want to show it on socials and stuff. So I believe that both are bringing very good income. When you get the final check, it feels very rewarding. But I feel sometimes that the clientele can be like very close. Like I feel that my clientele would be and your clientele would
Correct.
be mine. So I think it's quite close.
You can cross-sell between both.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you a question. So between selling the properties and between selling the cars, we agreed that there are a lot of similarities because of the difference in ticket price. If you want to put a list for you to uplift your skills or your knowledge, let's put it that way, to enter the real estate market, what are the 3-4 items that you have in your mind?
Probably understanding market a little bit more. Like, this is actually something that I want to ask you. Like, why is it really good time right now to invest in properties? Like, what happened within last, let's say, 2-3 years that property market went, from, I can say from 0 to 100, but we could probably say from 0 to 100 because we had all the COVID time that, brought everything down to the ground. But like, what happened? Like, what are the things that you have to understand probably in the world? Like, is it the president elections? Is it the crypto? Like, what is it? Why is it the best time right now? Like, that would be probably my number one and only thing that I want to like educate myself. That is actually including a couple of things you will probably now
Pleasure.
explain to me.
Look, for you to understand real estate markets, you need to understand macroeconomics, global and also at the level of the country. Let me start at the level of UAE and Dubai in particular. Dubai, up till last 4 to 5 years, was relatively a young city. So that city had a lot of empty land, still in prime areas, and the density of population was not that high. Over the last 5 years, things have changed drastically. All the lands in prime areas, on the water, on golf courses, they have been developed, and the population size exceeded 10 million.
Yes, crazy.
And we're expecting 175,000 people to enter Dubai just next year. All of this is driving the demand on real estate properties, and the supply is getting less and less because of the land. So automatically the value of the property will increase. That's one. Second, in cities in general in the world, you have one city center. So let's say Dubai, it has the downtown where you have the most of the concentration of businesses, and you had the airport from that side of the city. Dubai now has a second airport, and that second airport was gonna drive the development and the business activities to that side.
Yes.
So you see in Dubai land, there are many office spaces coming up, which was not common, let's say 5 years, 6
5
years
years.
ago. Now it's becoming more and more in demand. So another city center is developed, which is going to make Dubai one of the rare cities in the world that are decentralized in their economic activities, which is going to drive value across the whole city. And that's going to even increase more and more the value of properties. That's on the level of the country. On the level of the globe, if you are a millionaire or a billionaire, what are your options? In my humble view, you have Miami, which is very expensive and not that safe.
Exactly.
Europe is a disaster now. We all know that.
Unfortunately, yes.
Singapore, but it's an island and all the land has been developed. And you have Dubai.
Yes.
And in Dubai, up till now, the value of property is around 20 to 25% the value of property in Europe. With all the infrastructure, lifestyle, safety, security,
Safest in the world,
entertainment.
yes.
We are spoiled in Dubai. We are literally spoiled.
I agree.
I'm sure you face the same problem. I travel to Europe, I travel to Asia, I travel to US, and I enter the hotel. That's a
Yeah.
5-star hotel because our standards are up there because of Dubai. So wherever we go, we feel like
Yes.
it's a downgrade.
We are spoiled, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I never had feeling that I want to go home from holidays. Like back in the days living, I used to live in Dublin. Everywhere I went, I was almost crying going back home. Here, the feeling is completely opposite. You are feeling like, finally, like you miss like you can just order everything with like one click of finger. Pharmacy, food, deliveries, like everything is so easy and convenient. So, yes, we are spoiled.
Exactly.
But it also motivates us to work even harder, right?
100%, 100%. Dubai is the land of dreams. So every single person now is looking at Dubai as the land of dreams. Whoever wants to achieve his dream, Dubai is the place for
Yeah.
that.
100%.
What was the weirdest story that you had for a sale or purchase of a car? Tell me the weirdest story that you've been through for a car purchase.
The weirdest story.
You don't need to mention names, of course, just the story.
Yeah. I didn't have exactly the weirdest story, but I can tell my husband's story.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That works.
Because it's interesting. But again, I cannot mention any names.
No
I can't
problem.
even tell which car was it.
No problem.
But he had to, all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, he was picked up, and he had to drive and cross the border somewhere in the middle of the night, and it was some kind of like a royalties, It
Wow.
was just not like any car buyer, and he had to be there in person to, just
Deliver the car.
deliver the car, do some documents, and yes, like he was gone for the whole night, then came back quite like almost early morning. But yes, it was maybe not weird or not funny, but it was something very special,
Yeah.
It makes you feel like I'm on top of the game.
Yeah.
Of course, this is like our business, but I wouldn't be the one, It's at the end of the day, it have to be man who is handling these things. And we tried. This was a very special car. We tried to sell it for maybe a year plus. It wasn't easy to find buyer. The price was also very high, and I did one video on social media that went very viral. Maybe we are talking like more than 50 million views
Wow.
on one platform, then like 10 million on another, 15 million, 14 million totally, maybe 100 something million views. And within a week, we had the buyer for the car. So yeah, so maybe not weird, but just something like, like a nice feeling.
The power of social media is insane.
Absolutely.
What was the moment at which you felt, you know what, I'm famous now?
I think when I started to go like really viral on social media, and I was going and shopping in Dubai Mall as I do, and really every single shop that I go in Fashion Avenue, like everyone in the Vale car park, like I think I went to one of the flower shops. So I don't really go there. I don't go to buy flowers. I usually order them online. And the reason I went there, you wouldn't believe, I still get lost in Dubai Mall.
Oof.
Like if I have to go somewhere, like I don't normally go that much. Like I just go like, all the Fashion Avenue boutiques. I just pick up what I need. I went there and I said like, how do I get to Sephora? Like I'm really lost. Uh, and then she was like a little bit frozen and she was like, I know you. I see all your videos. Like we are like really big fans. Like let's take a selfie and this and that. So it happens more and more and more often. But I don't know exactly when. I still don't feel that I'm like famous.
Really?
I mean, I'm like really humbled person. As much as I don't maybe look on my socials. It's the last thing you think, like this is nowhere near humble. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't do it for a fame. I do it because I really love it. I'm passionate about cars, and it's like a nice feeling to deliver something that people like to watch. And usually I get very positive feedback. I don't get much like hate. And even if I do, on my crazy viral videos like this, why is she doing this? Why she put the bags there, not on the front? Like, these like a silly questions. They give you so much engagement that it's
True.
crazy. So someone said once like, love me or hate me, but like, but sorry, it was something else. It was talk bad about me, talk good about me, but talk about me.
Yeah.
And this is so important. Like that's how you go viral and get famous. But yeah, I don't know. I get a lot of attention, like, and I see that people know me, and everywhere I enter, especially in the like within the car industry, I know that everyone knows Queen of Supercars, but I don't like rely on this. I don't live on any fame or anything like that. I have more important things in life than that.
I agree. Look, this is a very important point because the moment you hit the threshold at which you are really famous, then you become even more humble. It's not gonna mean to you like before because you've got it. It's there. It's done. Other people, you feel they are hungry for it because they never had a taste of it.
Yes, but usually once you get to that point, it can go also wrong direction.
Yeah. I've seen
So-
some people they got big-headed when they want to become
Exactly.
famous and people were not able to talk to them. And I believe that's usually the beginning of the downfall, the moment you become
Yeah.
arrogant in the way you deal with people.
This is something you will never see, from me. Like I will never be arrogant. I will never be disrespectful, and I never treat anyone else that is like better than another person. So at the end of the day, I think this is the most important thing. You have to be humbled and you have to remember about other people.
Yeah. Apart from driving supercars, what's your favorite thing in the world to do?
Traveling.
Uh-huh.
I love traveling. I hit maybe something close to 70 countries,
Wow,
probably
that's
more.
impressive.
And I still want to spend the rest of my life traveling, and we both love it with King. So, I found my traveling partner, and now Donatella is joining. She's not enjoyable yet for traveling. She's almost 2. So, the traveling with small babies, they don't understand. They are just
Cool.
crying.
True.
They are cranky and they are not enjoying much and they don't have memories.
Correct.
So we often bring our parents here and we have like a quick, little trips here and there. I'm not saying that I always leave her behind, but I wouldn't take her on like a quick trips. Because by the time she's starting to enjoy something, we have to
You
come
have to
back
come
home.
back. No, it makes sense.
And I love cooking.
Hmm.
Yes, I wish I had more time for cooking for my family. Of course, we have a lot of help at home with Donatella and with our home in general. But my husband always says that there is like nothing tastes better than my food, and he said that there is no even restaurant in the world until now that he would say like this was better than what you can do in the kitchen. Yeah,
Wow, that's impressive.
I know. See, I know. I set the bar high for ladies, but I love it. My mom raised me like that. Since we were kids, I was cooking for me and my brother after school, or like not cooking. It was not. But I remember, I think I was maybe 8 or 9, and we had this cooking book at home, and I made my first bolognese, like from the scratch, not from the like a pot. Like I just like boiled tomatoes, and I added, like I was just reading the ingredients, and it was, I don't know if it was delicious. There was the craziest mess in the kitchen, there was like sauce everywhere. But yeah, I always I love to keep myself busy and active. And apart from this, I work a lot. Because I'm passionate for my work.
Yeah.
So I can really truly say that I love working and seeing results of my hard work. It like makes me feel good.
100%. 100%. Now, apart from cooking in general, there are a lot of opinions that would say, well, gender role is old school, women shall be more independent, why she should be cooking, why she should be doing that, men and women are equal. But particularly the women that are businesswomen, I hear this from them a lot. Well, I'm an independent, I'm not his maid, I don't cook for him, I don't do this, I don't do that.
Okay.
What's your opinion regarding that school of thought?
I will be probably more of like a old school, or I don't know, like old fashioned. I disagree that women have to stay at home and cook, and men have to provide and do everything else. But then again, there is a lot of wives who don't want to be at home. They don't want to do XYZ, but they also don't want to do things together. So it's really personal, but my point of view is that women should be equally doing everything with men. I'm not saying to go this famous 50-50, of course my husband will take me out. He's, taking me shopping and whatever, but I love to spend money on our things too. I love to take him on the surprise holidays. I love to buy, change interior in my house. Like I don't ask for anything from him. We both work together very hard, and it feels very good that we can build everything together. Let's say now we want to buy our dream home. Why should I expect from him to, kill himself and make fortune and buy the house while I'm spending all my money in Dubai Mall, which I do as well. But not, of course, not all. I believe that women and men should equally build their legacy together. And this is what makes marriage sustainable, because you are building everything together. Like you are not depending one or another. You can depend on each other, like in terms of supporting each other, but not like, take and drain your husband or your wife, like whatever is it. It should be always, and honesty is very important,
100%. I fully agree with you. The biggest challenge, in my humble view, when it comes to relationships, is the expectations. So, and again, I'm going to talk from my side as a man.
Yeah.
So in general, women, they feel that in this world, I'm not talking about you, but in general, there are a lot of women that they feel that they are a prize, and so the man, for him to reach me, for him to get me, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. But what women don't understand, that this can apply, but on low caliber women, men that never had a high caliber woman in their life, but alpha males that are achievers, that they are successful, they take care of themselves, of their bodies, the way they look. Those guys, they have access to high-end women. Exactly.
Yes.
So when you approach that person, or he approaches you, he doesn't see you as a price. He's gonna look for what he's gonna be putting on the table and what you're gonna be putting on the table. We're not talking financially here. We're talking about the support.
Exactly.
And again, both of them needs to be happy independently, then it should be happier together. No one is responsible for the happiness of the other person. That's a key issue that I feel that many couples are missing. It cannot. The world doesn't revolve around anyone. It's always a joint effort.
Yeah, I agree with you, but like this became like a really big problem, and I see very often my friends being single, guys and girls. Everyone is chasing something, everyone is chasing career, everyone is chasing money, as crazy as it sounds. But yeah, not everyone understands like the real value of life. There is so much more that we can give to each other than like materialistic things, and yeah, just support, pure love, and honesty. Like this is for me what makes the relationship and marriage very successful.
I fully agree with you. From my point of view as a man, I believe that a woman, the wrong woman, can break the man, and the right woman can push him to fly above the
Absolutely.
clouds.
Yes, they say like every king needs a queen, and
100%.
opposite, every queen needs a king.
100%. 100%. What was the most important advice that the king gave you during the span of your relationship?
He gave me a lot of good advices. There was a point in my life when I felt uncomfortable with camera, as crazy as it sounds. So there was a time when I felt that I'm not exactly 100% myself in front of camera. So he would always say like, this is only camera, like don't get scared, like it's nothing. And at the end of the day, if we take some content that you don't like, you are not gonna use it, but you might be surprised. So I took this advice to consideration, and it really made me more confident. And I feel like it worked really well in the long run. Another good advice is to just be me, because I can be very crazy and funny, and like sometimes if you really see me for like a full day, you will be thinking like, oh my god, where is this energy coming from? He thinks this is like really interesting, and I should always be myself. I shouldn't put any like serious face. Like it's at the end of the day what people want to see. They want to see real you. And I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, and just to believe in myself.
Interesting. Mentioning social media, how do you capitalize or how do you monetize on your social media?
I work with many brands, like mainly these are car industry brands, but I've been working with gaming, fashion, makeup, real estate, so many different categories. So I always get paid for content creation. YouTube became like really strong platform for me. TikTok is the easiest to go viral and get views, but at least for me at the moment, the most difficult to monetize.
True.
But I'm running production company, so I have a lot of brand ambassador contracts in place where I represent brands. I have to show up in multiple events. I get paid for appearances, where I have to do coverage for different brands, and so on and so on.
So you have a production company only for you or also for other influencers?
For brands, not for influencers. It's we mainly cover cars and car-related brands, or car accessories, but we've done also real estate and different brands as well. So it's a car export and import company, and there is a sister company that it's covering productions.
Interesting. Now, you said that you like shopping a lot. What's the thing that you buy the most?
Handbags.
Oh, typical.
Handbags and shoes.
Typical ladies purchase items.
Yes, I know. Because, I find buying handbags as an investment.
Birkins definitely are a good investment.
No, but like really, there is bags, like let's say if we are talking Hermes, Chanel, there is bags that will really grow in value, because the brands have these policies where they sell you X amount of bags per year. And I have quite interesting handbag collection.
I'm sure you do.
Yes, and I have bags that I've purchased for, just to give you example, 3,000 dirhams, and the value is something close to 50,000 dirhams.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So you have to know what I like. There is also pre-owned like a market, same like cars. You don't buy brand new car because you will lose on the value very often. There is a lot of room for this like a pre-owned market in bags, in jewelry, in cars. That if you know what to buy, you will always make money. It's same with cars, same with properties. If you know where to invest, you will always profit. So I always make very smart choices. I like choose things that I'm sure that they will keep value at least or even grow in value. So in case one day you have to cash things out because you have some crazy opportunity to invest, that's it.
Very wise.
It
Very
is,
wise.
right?
100%.
It's not just like I don't like to spend on like very expensive dresses or clothes because I don't feel that there is like a really value in it. I feel that you can dress yourself like with accessories, with good shoes, with good jewelry, good handbag, nice hair and makeup. That's all you need as a woman.
Very smart. Very smart. In general, they say that the cars are very bad investment because they depreciate with time. Are there some supercars that actually increase in value with time?
Okay, then I will give you the best example in the world.
Uh-huh.
My Lamborghini Huracan, I made 120,000 profit on it after using it for 3 years.
Wow.
I drove this car to buy bread. Even I
Wow.
drove to the gym. I went to get my manicure, pedicure. My husband never saw the car key, it was crazy. But again, we got it in very good time. I mean, he bought it for me. It was
A gift
it
from
was
him?
my first, yes, it was my first ever Lamborghini that I owned.
Wow.
And it was a gift from him. And God bless him because he really wanted to buy Ferrari at this time. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna make my queen happy. So he got me a Lamborghini. It was
So
really
cute.
and this was also he's really amazing. Like, now going back in time, I'm thinking like this took me and my social media and everything to next level because as a supercar owner, doors opened,
Really?
Absolutely. Like,
Okay.
I didn't feel like I'm just a car influencer running around, taking videos of cars like, hi guys, look at this, whatever. I was a supercar owner. So, the feeling was different. The approach was different. Like, people took me really serious. It was a very good move to invest. And, it was time when we could buy a really nice villa. We decided to invest in cars that time, like Lamborghini was one of them. We got 2 different Porsches. We got Aston Martin. We got Brabus. We got really nice car collection. We could put that in amazing villa, but the investment that we made at the time, we don't regret anything.
Nice.
And it was also like we've been much younger, like late 20s. I mean, my husband is older than me, but at least I'm speaking for myself. I felt that like I can still get the dream house later, but like right here, right now, Queen of Supercars, she needs to have supercars, in her parking garage, whatever. So yeah, this was like the best
By the way,
investment.
what's the difference in terms of age between you and your husband?
It's 5 years.
It's not much.
Yeah.
Not much. Do you think that's the perfect?
I think that's a perfect age.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that, guys like to have more 10, 15 years younger women. But I have girlfriends who have 11 years younger partners.
Yeah.
Like a man is 11 years younger.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They
And
say
it works.
it does work. It works very well. Like, they are very happy. I have quite many girlfriends who have younger partners. But for me, this is like a perfect age gap.
Yeah.
And I still feel that my husband looks younger than me. He has some, I don't know what he's doing, but there must be some secret. Like he have this perfect skin, I spend a lot of time and money in, in the clinics. My best friend, Dr. Malda, to mention. She's taking the best care of me, but I'm always like checking and thinking like, how? Like, it's a good genes.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
a
good
good genes
genes.
and lifestyle, We
He's
don't
healthy.
smoke. We occasionally drink.
It's fine.
I'm even going towards this like idea of like going completely alcohol
Off alcohol.
free. Yes. It's like I'm not saying trending, but my health became my wealth, It's the
True.
most important thing. And now, like, thinking the surgery of my husband and everything, it opens eyes for you. Like, you are thinking, there is nothing important than health.
100%.
Yes, invest in it. Invest your time. Go to the gym. I don't have to. I don't have to tell you anything about that. Healthy eating. Zero fat or -10, whatever. Dr. Baydoun is at the moment. What is this fat level again?
30%.
Oh my! I think I'm like 23. How embarrassing.
No,
But
but women
women
shall
have it
have.
higher, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we should have like there should be something to latch on,
And
when
below
you hug your woman.
20%, yeah, of course. Like, I don't like skinny women in general. But a woman, if she goes below 20%, she's entering a dangerous zone. Her
Really?
hormones, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so 23 is good.
It's very
I
good.
feel good. Yes.
Perfect.
I feel good. I've been lower, but like you said, but yes, I think I was 19, but with big amount of muscle. So, I looked good. But I mean now, after baby, I still feel good. So
Bless you.
exactly.
If you want to pick up, or actually, what are the supercars that people can use as daily cars? Because everyone is saying a supercar, you cannot use it as a daily car. Are there
Not true.
supercars? Not true.
My Huracan, like I just said, I used it daily. It was my daily car. It's extremely comfortable. Lamborghini, for example, Aventador has single clutch. It's not comfortable car. It's aggressive. You feel like you should feel driving supercar, like it's intimidating. It gives you this crazy adrenaline rush. But you will feel always like you are breaking your neck. Every time you downshift, it's, this. With Lamborghini Huracan, it's the most comfortable daily ride ever, but this was my experience. There is some Ferraris that are amazing, and it absolutely can be your daily cars, like F8, 296. But it depends, I'm a very good driver,
Yeah.
I'm racing as well, you know it. So I don't think there is a car that I could not use daily. But probably the Aventador I just mentioned, and
Yeah.
maybe hypercars, because you treat every kilometer like a gold, With these cars, you don't want to put mileage on them.
True.
And the car that I really want to get, like my next supercar,
Yeah.
Urus.
Ooh.
Yes, amazing. And I'm planning something crazy for that. I can't even tell
Why
you.
this car in particular?
It's a super SUV, Lamborghini, Lambo girl. So it's a perfect fit for me. Perfect mama car, I can put my baby in the car seat in the back. It's a 4-5 seater. Enough trunk space for my shopping. And if it's not enough, I get someone to carry my bags behind the car.
I'm sure
There
you
is
do.
always solutions, but
Yeah.
it's stunning looking car. It's like aggressive. It's very fast, enough horsepower. It's honestly, I really always recommend this car to anyone who is asking me this question, like a daily but supercar, but luxurious enough. And yeah, and sky is the limit. You can do crazy interior, exterior work if you want.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Last question for today.
Oh.
If you want to pick up a car for the doctor of real estate, which car you would recommend to me?
You like to drive fast?
I'm very bad in driving. It's the first time I admit this on the camera.
You are?
Very bad.
I will recommend Urus for you.
Urus.
Yes. My first thought, before I ask you, like, do you like speed, or
Yeah.
then you even admit it, I'm bad. I don't believe you are bad, but okay. My first thought was Rolls-Royce. I associate Rolls-Royce with real estate a lot because, you like, it's the luxurious feeling. I don't classify Rolls-Royce as older person car, like for me, I had rate myself. This is when I told you I had to sell my Lamborghini, and my husband thought, like, what is gonna make you happy? I was like, Rolls-Royce. I didn't drive it much. I still feel that I need car that, like when I just like put my, one toe down, it's like, it's like flying. I didn't have that feeling with Rolls-Royce, but I had this amazing feeling,
Luxury.
Yes, every valley you pull up, it's like, madame, like the feeling is different. When you come with Lambo is a Lambo, but
Yeah.
when you come with Rolls-Royce, it changes the game.
Yeah.
So I would probably tell you Rolls-Royce, but I still feel that Urus will give you more safety, more, comfortable driving, like comfortable enough. And you will be higher, so you can see what's going on. Yes, it will give you good feeling, safe feeling, and enough of push when needed.
Interesting. Look, it was a very interesting session we had today, an amazing interview. Time flew like this.
It did.
And it was our pleasure to have you. Thank you very much.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Stay tuned for the upcoming episode.